for the most part, you are the sole creator of your current reality. And before that, understand that we have a seminar coming up in New York City, December 4th. It's about social intelligence. I highly recommend you guys come to that seminar. It's going to be really fun. I am so excited for it, ladies. When I'm excited about something, I usually put my whole heart into it. So attend that seminar. Bring your friends also. It's selling out really fast right now. Just like my course, Nice Girls, also selling pretty fast. So I really appreciate that you guys. It's a privilege that you guys trust me in such a with matters are so delicate. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel privileged. Seriously, it's a privilege. Like it's the best privilege that I could ever have. I'll be honest with you. So I remember, for example, I knew one of my friend's moms, not like that. But my friend's mom was always there for us. She was always cooking food for us, but she always went out of her way. And it was all fine and dandy, but I could tell that she had an abusive relationship with her dad, with her husband. I could sense it. And years later, my friend said, yeah, she was being abused. And one of the things about her was her submissive tone. You see, people are always sensing for weakness in you. People are always, and you're always either sending signs of strength or weakness. And also, whenever you send signs of weakness to people, no matter how good the person is, it could be the Pope, it could be God Himself. If you're sending signs of weakness, people cannot help themselves but exploit you. So if somebody was calling you names, was always making fun of you in class, what were the first instances that they did that? As small as it is, there was something first that happened that caused you to react in a way that communicated to them that they could disrespect you. What were those things? You gotta think back. For example, when I was a kid, the first thing that I noticed is the fact that some people didn't like me, and I still talked to them, and I still wanted to be friends with them. And so what they did was act passive aggressive and act disrespectful to me, call me names. But the first sign was that they didn't initiate conversation with me. The first sign was when I would talk to them, they would talk to me, and their face would be completely blank. Like it's almost like I was annoying them, right? And I accepted that kind of disrespect. I accepted making friends with people who didn't like me when I was younger because I was taught to be the good little boy, right? So that's the first thing. Avoid people who don't like you. Avoid people who are not excited to see you. Those are the ones that will disrespect you the most at first. Just simply avoid people who are not fully invested in you. That don't mean everyone should fucking bow down to your head, but avoid people who don't even come out of their way to make conversation with you. Avoid people who are inconsistent. Avoid people who are not consistent in your life because those will be disrespectful. They will be disrespectful in the long run. So that means inconsistent friends and inconsistent partners. Just that. But just addition by subtraction will fix a lot of the issues. Simply that. And if you really think about it, you're gonna have a long list of things that you're gonna write down. So the second thing is this: is stop rewarding disrespect. If somebody disrespected you today, don't come back tomorrow because oxytocin causes you to forget about the negative things that people did and just focus on the positive. It's proven. Stop rewarding disrespect with niceness. Stop rewarding disrespect with forgetting the things they did to you. That's how you reward it. You don't reward it by sucking their dick. You reward it by acting like nothing happened. No, fuck that shit. You told me to suck your dick yesterday. Now you want to be nice to me? Don't talk to me, dude. Don't talk to me. That happened to me the other day. I'm like, bro, don't talk to me, okay? Don't talk to me. I even told him very straightforward. Don't talk to me. You know? And people do that. Kids do that. And a lot of people have that child mindset where somebody could disrespect you and you just forget because you're the good person. No, fuck that shit. Okay? Avoid people who disrespect you. It's that simple. Start rewarding them with your attention. Okay? And also start punishing disrespect if they're close to you. If you cannot leave them at first, for example, if somebody's disrespecting you from the beginning, the closer it is for you, the less you know them, the less tolerance you have. And one of the ways that you teach people is that it's not just about them submitting to you. Understand, teaching people to respect you and how to treat you is not about submitting to them. It's about you living a life where people are not disrespecting you. That it's not about that person submitting to you or teaching you how to respect them. No, it's about you having a peace of mind and living a life not filled with disrespect. not filled with exploitive relationships. Even your family, even some. I have family members whose kids just take their money all the time, who they don't know when to say no. So another thing is learning when to say no. Now that's for a whole nother topic. Start punishing disrespect. So with partners, no, remember find out what are the things that you're willing to accept. What are the little disrespect you're willing to accept? You're willing to accept lateness, maybe twice, maybe once, or every few days. And that's an example, right? You're willing to accept him, I don't know, canceling a date. But what you're not willing to accept is him canceling twice in a row. What you're not willing to accept is a guy that's consistently late. So you start punishing those behavior, and you don't punish them. The way I do it is that in the beginning, you just leave. In the beginning, if somebody's doing that from the beginning, from the start, you just leave from the start. Like, because they're not even waiting. They're pulling their dicks out first date. Like they're just putting out disrespect from the first date. You don't punish them through some strategy. You leave them. So, but if you know them for a while and they start acting that way, now you're a little invested, and so you could start punishing that behavior. If he's late on this date, if a guy cancels a date, then you just don't see him for the next 2 weeks. You don't say you're punishing him. You're just busy. If a guy, I don't know, has been acting inconsistent, and he's been consistent for the past 2 or 3 months, and now he's acting inconsistent. Now he's not even texting you back on time. Now he's not even calling you back when he said he was going to call you back. All you got to do is just start doing the exact same thing to him. Or you just start pulling away. For the next week or two, you start getting cold. And if he likes you, he's going to sense it, and he'll get warmer and more consistent. And then once he gets consistent, return to being normal. And if he doesn't, and then if he goes back to his behavior as soon as you went back to normal, now you're seeing a pattern. And this is pretty much something that will continually repeat itself. And now you got to make a decision. Seriously, I mean, like if you teach him a lesson and then he goes back to normal, but then regresses, and then you got to do the same pattern again. Now you just saw a pattern that will just repeat itself, right? So that's one thing, right? And then after that, so remember, so you got to find out what are the things that people do. So for example, these some of the things that I always tell you guys to never accept, that there's no compromise. There's no compromise. Like, no compromise. Never accept name calling or somebody hitting you. So if you're being with a guy for like a year or two and he calls you a bitch for the first time, you just leave. You don't even say nothing. You leave. You leave. You give no space to that. Zero space to that. Zero space to that, because you know what that leads to. That there is no space for name calling, for hitting you, or for cheating. There's no space for that. This is not even teaching you people how to treat you. There's zero tolerance for that. Okay, so that's like, you get what I'm trying to say. Like this is not even no. There's no space for that, right? So start rewarding, opening up, and being respectful, right? So, and the reward is just your attention. The reward is your consistency. The reward is you giving them, is you taking them. You know, like, you gotta reward people's good behavior, motherfuckers. Like, you can't just, like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to do it in a very strategic way, okay? Now, there are some things that shouldn't be rewarded. It's like rewarding a dad for being there for their kids. It's kind of like, dude, you should be doing that shit, so you shouldn't get a reward. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, it could be, let me see an example. It could be, actually, I can't think of one right now. I don't know why I can't. Because it's kind of like, being respectful should not even be something you should reward. Once I think about it, it's like, it should just be a fucking natural part of being humans. I mean, where have we gone to where I'm thinking about rewarding decent behavior? My God, have mercy. I mean, just you being with them is enough. Okay, so just leave it there. It's true. It should be enough for the motherfucker. So yeah, man, that's how you teach people how to treat you, man. You have to be careful with just having this mindset of wanting to please people at all costs, of wanting to, of making up your mind of making this guy your guy no matter what, because that will open the doors. You have to be willing to walk away at every second. Every single second of the day, you got to be willing to walk away. If you don't have your hand on that trigger of saying, motherfucker, if you fuck up once, I'm gonna pull this trigger and leave you. If you don't have that trigger, when he does something wrong, you're gonna be like, oh well, it's not, you're gonna let your emotions change how you judge the behavior. Don't do that. Have your hand on the trigger. Hope that he fucks up so that you can leave him as much as you like him. You gotta have that mindset, man. It's a mindset because when the moment comes, if you're too in love, if you're too invested and never leave him, you never leave, and you're not gonna do it. But if you've been visualizing, at any moment you disrespect me, if you've been visualizing that, to leave whenever somebody disrespects you, which is something that I recommend you do. When the moment comes, you will leave, and you will show him how strong you are. It's just that simple, okay? So always be willing to walk away. Have that mindset ready, and once you do all of this, once you know what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to not accept, that it's gonna change your vibe. It's gonna give you swagger. You're gonna have a certain confidence to your character, and it's gonna give you more charisma because you just have this willingness to walk away, and a man can sense it. A man can sense it. Trust me, when you don't give a fuck about a guy, in terms of like, not that you don't like him, but that I like you, but I'm willing to leave you. Trust me when I say this to you, a guy can sense it, and they chase harder.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.